Hey guys, today I will be role-playing under the worst possible circumstances in a public server on an iPad. Whoa! Help me. So this will be a lot of fun, so let's dive into it, I guess. Yay! Eh. I made the intro way too freaking long. What the shrimp is wrong with me? Here we go into the video. Collie sighed contentedly. Sunfall, Collie chirped, flashing a friendly smile as she sat by the other sheet. How was your day? She purred. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. Sunfall glanced at Collie, shooting a quick smile. It was all right, on patrol as usual. How was yours? Not bad. Caught a fish. She curled her tail around her paws. Oh, good job, Sunfall grinned. Thanks, she chirped, then pricked her ears at the cat on the rock. River Clan, gather! He yelled, too exhausted to use a proper call. She lifted her shining gaze to Pale Star. This light must be important. She pricked her ears. He waits with heavy eyes. And by the leader's expression, it wasn't a good important. Sparrowleaf is assumed dead, I mule. What? Collie couldn't help but blurt. Not Sparrowleaf. It couldn't be. Sunfall gulped, quickly dipping her head in respect. Not that she had much respect for Sparrowleaf anyway. She lowered her head as her gaze clouded. This was a young cat with a future as a great leader, and Sparrowleaf had already been a great deputy. Collie raised her head slowly, lifting her gaze back upward to Pale Star. Dylan, I mule, make yourself known. Dylan patted up unexpectedly. She shook her head, trying to rid herself of sorrow for Sparrow Leaf and be happy for Dylan. Wait, I remember you! Dylan's fur pricked on her back. Feeling the eyes behind her was weird. Dylan locked her gaze on Pale Star. This was an honor, really. If you and the stars above me approve, I ask you to lead by my side and lead the seasons after me. I blinked slowly, not even processing anything that was happening. I will not let you down, Pale Star. If it means my life, so be it. Aldepaw, as Sparrowleaf was your mentor, I will continue your training. Ears perking at her name, she nodded silently, unable to speak. Holly stood, shifting her weight to her good paw. The other was injured on a journey to the Moonstone from her days at Winkland. Sunfall, wanna take a walk? I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight, given recent events. Sunfall glanced at Collie's injured paw. Sure, I wouldn't mind. Collie nodded, a smile on her mouth. Which direction? Sunfall asked. Toward the bridge, maybe? Collie suggested. All right, Sunfall smiled. She's a runner, she's a track star. She don't run away when it gets hard. Sunfall glanced around as she sat. Collie hummed to herself, closing her eyes. She trusted Sunfall more than she should have. Collie looked away for a moment she would regret if she had the time. Collie still had 6 lives from her days at Linkland, so even if something did happen, it'd be fine, right? Sunfall looked at Collie, then glanced around again. No one's around. Well, she couldn't really see Robin, then unsheathed her claws and quickly pounced on the other she-cat. Sunfall! What are you? She yelled, though she didn't have time to finish that statement. Sunfall pinned Collie down to the dirt, dragging one of her claws down Collie's stomach before plunging the 4 claws deep into her stomach. Collie thrashed, but it was no use. Blood gushed from the opening in her belly, matting her fur. She went limp, then began breathing again some seconds later, but then she went limp again. The same thing happened 4 more times before she weakly stood. She kicked off the sheet. I trusted you, she spat, her voice deep with betrayal. Collie's eyes were dull with pain, but they sparkled with betrayal and anger. You should have listened, Sunfall growled before lunging at Collie again. She thrashed, but was too weak to really do anything. Sure, I felt bad, but I couldn't care less. Have fun in the dark forest, Sunfall. Sunfall hissed, leaning down and digging her sharp canines into the she's neck. Collie shrugged, and that was it. Don't worry, don't lose your head. Oh, I will, don't you worry, Sunfall grinned, rolling off the body. Bravo! I smiled, tilting my head. Oh, Sunfall blinked. Thanks? I narrowed my eyes, wondering what I could do. Collie stared at her broken, bloody body in the dirt for a moment before nodding her head in acceptance. She turned on her heels. Thank you all for the reports, Dylan stuttered. The Star Clan cat appeared, but only to Dylan. She trusted the River Clan deputy more than anyone. Dylan, I am dead. Dylan looked around. Did anyone else see Collie? No? Wait, what? Dylan was so confused. And not just dead, Collie continued. Murder. There is a traitor, a killer among you. Wait, what? Don't trust even the most trustable. That was my mistake. Don't trust anyone. Dylan blinked. What was going on? Do I report this to Fuzzy Star? Wait! Do what you will. Take this as a warning. Okay. She is powerful. I had 6 lives from my days as Wind Clan leader, all taken in 2 blows. Dylan shook her head. You've been warned, my friend. Goodbye. Dylan nodded. Collie pressed her nose against Dylan's and ascended upwards with a final nod and a soft smile. Shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yay, shimmy, ah. Drake, swallow, Drake, swallow, swallow, swallow. Shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yay, shimmy, ah. Drake, swallow, Drake, swallow. Collie saw her clanmates on patrol and remembered her life. It made her sad. The soil in that place was bloody, but Collie's corpse was buried. With one last glance at her battered corpse, Collie ascended to the stars, at peace. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together.